Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over the best Prime Day espresso machine deals for 2024. Today is July 16th, Prime Day, and between today and tomorrow, Amazon is putting on the best sales for espresso machines for the summer. So first up, I found a deal with the Breville Barista Express espresso machine. This is a machine that typically goes for $750. Just want to show you guys the list price is $750. Right now it is 27% off, both on the stainless steel option and the black sesame. Personally, I like the black sesame better. It's just a nicer looking machine. But to each their own, they're both on sale. And this is a great machine because if you read the reviews for it, it's got almost 25,000 reviews. And for the most part, they are right up there. And people are very, very happy with this machine. It's got a built-in conical grinder, so you can select the size of the grind that you need, because different types of coffee, depending on what you're making, call for different size grind. If you want to actually make espresso, it can grind down to the espresso size, where it is basically like a fine powder. If you're making something like a cold brew, or you want something that has a lesser surface area and a larger grind size, it can do that as well. It's a fully featured machine, and we'll just talk about some of the features of it. So it's got the integrated grinder. It's a conical burr grinder, which means that it's a mechanism similar to what you'd find in a pepper mill. So it's got two pieces of ceramic that grind against each other, and it's adjustable. This is opposed to a cheap coffee grinder, which is generally almost like a blade system, and it's closely related to what you'd find in a blender. So you don't really have any size control. It just chops the coffee beans up, and you really don't have control over what you're getting. This machine has that. It also has dose control, so you can figure out exactly the amount of coffee to grind. Otherwise, it stays in the hopper, so you're not wasting any coffee. It has manual and automatic options. It has a really high-end, precise digital temperature control, which they call a PID system. It means that you get a very even heating of the element, and that means that you get an even extraction when you're actually making the coffee. Cheaper machines tend to have a less reliable heating system, and you end up with like hot, where it'll get really hot and then it kind of cools down, and you end up with a coffee that has like a varying taste to it. So this has the precise temperature control. It's also got a steam wand, so you can make frothed milk and lattes and whatnot. It has a built-in tamper as well, large water reservoir. It's made out of stainless steel. It's an excellent machine. I really would take a look at it over here and read through the reviews, and you'll see it's a really good machine. Next up, we have the DeLonghi Magnifica. So this machine is kind of DeLonghi's premier machine, you could say. It's an automatic espresso machine as well. It's very well liked. It's got less reviews, but they are, for the most part, pretty positive. It has a manual milk frother, a built-in grinder. I believe it has a conical, yes, it has a conical burr grinder as well. 13 different grind settings. So, very similar to the Breville, but again, you're definitely going to compromise a little bit on the quality if you go with this machine, because it's just not as fully featured. And if you were to actually compare the pricing between the two, we're looking at $550 for this and $499 for the DeLonghi. So if it was me, if I was trying to decide on a machine, I would still go with the Breville. A couple other machines that are just worth talking about. We have the DeLonghi La Specialista. Sorry about that. Let's I want to go back here and just open this in a new window, just so I can jump back and forth. Same price, $499. This is probably closer to the Breville machine. It's got the hopper. It's very similar in its layout and very similar with its feature set. It, again, has less ratings, fairly decent ratings, but again, for the price, if it was me, I would still go with the Barista Express. I think it's just a better bet. We also have a deal on the Philips machine. So Philips is actually very well known for making automatic espresso machines that are fully featured. They've actually got a bunch of different models that do it with like various knickknacks and features and whatnot. These machines are very well built. They have the conical burr grinders built in as well. They have an aroma extraction system. They have button selects, so you could actually pick and choose the type of drink that you want, and it'll just go ahead and make it. So right there we can see you could just do an iced coffee right out of it. If you just want hot water, you could do that as well, lattes, whatnot. And you have choices on the coffee, how much coffee you want, what kind of grind you want, and everything like that. This machine is very well reviewed, and they have a really good, so I'll just jump to this like newer model here, just because I think it'll be a little more detailed. But for the price, again, this is a very specific machine. If you really want like a push button selection of what you're drinking, this might be the one for you, but I keep defaulting back to the Barista Express for the money. It's cheaper and people are very happy with it. And if you take a look, it's the #1 bestseller and it's got over 6,000 sales in the last month. So overall, it's overwhelmingly positive, and take it for what it's worth. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you stuck around, I appreciate it. And make sure you click the links down in the description below. I have a link to this page. You guys can check it out for yourself. And I'm going to be updating this with some new deals today.